Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful hump day. I am on a break from work, and I'm working remote from home today, which is always kind of nice. But something that had crossed my mind, I was reflecting. It's funny how when you're alone and your own thoughts, and when you're doing personal development, things just kind of come back, but they're not as traumatizing because you start to process and you get to add an accountability piece to it. I'm in a really great program through my church, and it was about, we really have focused on accountability last night, and the ability to take ownership of something, and you can't control it unless you take ownership of it, which, what a great angle to look at, right? That looking at the perspective of, if I take accountability for it and I own it, I now have control over it. It doesn't have to control me anymore. And I thought about my younger life, even up to 10 years ago, how I could blame a lot of people that they demanded so much of my time, but I was such a people pleaser that I personally would burn my candle at every end. It would be, I cut the candle in half and I burnt two ends and two ends, and to the point of exhaustion, to where that I was probably not the healthiest, moody, which is not good because I'm just not, I'm a prickly person if I'm moody. So, and things that I work on about myself. And those were really big things. But until I learned that I needed to own that, I would not have ever had the power to let that just no longer affect me. And isn't that awesome that if you can really see the picture and reflect back, and instead of rehashing it as just trauma, or somebody else trying to control you, or other people worrying about, they said this about me, they said that about me, who cares, right? Because I own it now. I own what my behavior was. And my behavior is I would give way too much of myself away because I wanted people to be happy and I love them, but I created my own dysfunction by putting so much into it. I just tipped the scales to where everything was going and going, and my bank account basically went into the red. It depleted, and my body just went whoof, and my emotions went whoof, and everything. And then you get so overwhelmed with with the place that you're in, that you no longer see the truth of the situation, which a lot of times is that you're, quite frankly, maybe in a bad relationship, and it's not there. You can't blame it all on them. You can't, because it does take two. And eyes wide open at some point in time, at any given point in time, could have looked at it and said, wow, this is where I chose to be. This is what I'm putting into it. And I'm putting in too much, and I need to take ownership of that, and I need to address it, but I didn't. So it's just not a bad thing. There's just such a freedom today in knowing that I own what I did. I own my choices. I learned some great lessons, and not everything was bad. I had some beautiful experiences. And when the love was there, it was very real. And when it wasn't, it just wasn't. So it's good. I'm moving forward. And that's how we do it, right? So just take ownership. Own your behavior. Own your thoughts. And that way you have power over it. The minute you take it back, nobody can control it but you. What an awesome thing, right? Just thought about that today and thought I'd share. Love you.